Alright, hello. Pretty much, I've decided to do a walkthrough of Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment, mainly because I love detective games, and as a kid I actually used to want to be a detective. Unfortunately, that's not what I want anymore, but I still love detective like games and spy games and secret agent type stuff. So yeah, one of the main reasons I decided to just do a walkthrough is number one, I've not had a single successful walkthrough except maybe Emily's Away. Um, Also, I've been trying to make cool like creative like video ideas, like all the signing up my friends to Badoo, um, all that kind of stuff. But the channel isn't really growing, so I decided I'll leave those ideas till after my exams, and for now I'm just gonna play a cool game that I think I might enjoy. I've never played this game, but yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. Pretty much this video is gonna have as a very small amount of cuts. What's this? In memory of the Ukrainian heavily 100. Okay. Okay, that was cool. What I was saying is that this video is gonna have a very small amount of cuts, because I kind of just wanna, have a raw like playthrough of the game, and I want you to have the same experience that I'm having. Also, one more thing is that when the characters in game are talking, or when there's a cutscene, or something like that, I won't be talking. I'll only be talking when there's a gameplay segment, mainly because I want you to hear what's going on and what's happening in the game, so you actually are engaged with the story. So yeah, let's see what this game's about. Are we in Baker Street? Oh. Oh god.
Holmes.
Oh, that's Sherlock? I'm guessing. Okay. I'm guessing I'm Watson. Sherlock's just blasting
Holmes,
at me.
will you stop that? You are utterly mad.
You are utterly mad. Alright. You are
Stop,
utterly mad.
Holmes.
Oh.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Okay. Confident step. Handcuffs. Ah, Lestrade.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it
He
this
said
time?
the same thing.
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
How's that good?
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
All right. Let's see. Let's talk to Watson.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Him and Miss... Yeah, they're gonna shag. They're gonna fuck, definitely. Let's see what's going on with this telescope. Whoa. Okay. So, Holmes is a bit of a pervert, it seems. What's this?
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Okay, thank you for the very useful information, Sherlock. What about you, Miss Hudson?
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Sorry, boss. Sorry about that one. What else? Oh, a map.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
He's saying some very unuseful shit right now. What about this?
My
Encyclopedias.
archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Yep.
My
Newspapers.
archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Okay. My
This
knife.
is where I keep my post.
My knife. My shank. Whose is this? The Watson's room? This is where he was sitting, so... Can I do anything here? No. Okay. Oh, I can run. This is my room. Makeup table? We can put on makeup? Oh, this is the wardrobe. Former outfit. Oh, this is locked? Come on, that's no fun. Light suits. Gray suits. I prefer that one. Let's go to the makeup table, see what that is. Ah. Is there anything that's unlocked that I can use? Oh. Oh, perfect. All glasses are locked. Facial hair. Anything? Anything I can use? Little mustache, maybe? No? Alright, well, I guess not. Let's just stick with the hat for now. Is that it for now? Yeah, alright, I guess let's head to wherever we need to go. So, from what I can understand, what's this? Oh, okay, evidence. Profile of the victim, Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845, and so 50 years old. He achieved great success while whale hunting in Scandinavia. That is cool. Retired in 1884, eventually moving to Woodman's Lee. Cool. So I guess we need to go to Woodman's Lee, investigate the murder, inspect the crime scene, select a suit to wear using our personal... Alright, so we've done that. Let's go. Is this the exit? Baker Street. Alright, Woodman's Lee. Let's go. Open casebook. Okay.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Chill out. Let me have a look at this place. This is a decently pretty game, considering it came out in 2014. I like it. Oh, footsteps. What is that? T. Concentrate your attention on finding details that others are inclined to overlook. Footprints. Examine.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Okay. Is that in the evidence now? Footprints. There are unidentified footprints left recently on the patch of wet earth at Woodman's Lee. They may have been left by the murderer. Perhaps I could find a pair of boots that could match them. Alright, yeah. That's a fair shout. The garden?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Okay. Well maintained. It could be well maintained by Peter, or it could be maintained by the murderer, who happens to be a gardener. A gardener! Maybe Peter had a gardener, and he's the murderer.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes. Alright, well, let's go talk to Lestrade. I think, so from what I think right now, I know there was barely any evidence yet, but I think maybe Peter had some sort of gardener, and maybe he didn't pay him or something, and he killed him. That's my guess. Alright, let's see what happens.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Hey, Holmes. Anything unusual that night? When was the body found? Is there a gardener? I'm gonna ask that
The garden
first.
is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Alright, anything unusual that night?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream, but I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Okay. She heard a scream, and she was like, oh, well, surely that's nothing. Interesting. When was the body
Do
found?
you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Okay, so at 7 o'clock, she saw the cabin door open. After, at 2 a.m., she heard her husband scream, but she still didn't care. And then at 10, she finally found the body. Alright, cool. What happened in the evening before the
Can you
murder?
please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
And, alright, well, did he have any visitors?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
I really don't like her. I really, really, really don't like her. This necklace is something. Okay, so do I just point out stuff? Is that it? Alright, so she's religious. Coolio. Gloves. Gardening gloves. So she took care of the garden. Crested tit. Alright, okay, I know it means the board, but come on. That's funny. Anything else? Birdhouse.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
How do you know about Plymouth? Well, let's browse the evidence because I have no idea. A garden, Jim Carrey is a woman with an uneasy life due to her, unhappy marriage with her peer. She's a very religious Christian Catholic woman who undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage when she was young. Pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand.
I am smart.
The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
You know me. Well,
Thank
not
you,
me,
madam.
but me. Because alright, cool. I don't like her. I think she is a suspect. Well, in my opinion, she's definitely a suspect.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes, it is me. So where do we go now? Can we go in the house now? Can we, please? Can we go in this house? No? Can we go in Peter's house? I think we do, because Lestrange's just standing there. It is a bit of a dodgy one, but I do think the wife is very,
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
okay. Let's go inside then.
The door is locked.
Oh.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
Good thinking.
That is good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
What? Okay, that's cool. Let me see. Let's see. What do we have? So the footsteps were from someone coming over and trying to force the door, I'm guessing. Door lock. Scratches. Yep.
These scratches are fresh.
How do you know? Okay, I mean, yeah. Those scratches are fresh.
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Ah, okay, so those footsteps are the footsteps for whoever came over and tried to, you know. Can we go in now? Okay, cool. Well,
What a terrible way to die.
that is quite terrible if you ask me, Mr. Holmes. Well, I am Mr. Holmes, but, you know. Examine.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The shelf is quite a nice looking shelf. Sperm whale
The
tooth.
tooth of a sperm whale.
Yeah,
Probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Yeah, he was a whale hunter or whatever. Suspiciously empty space. Outline in the dust.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Uh-huh. So, is that it? Can we check the evidence now? What do we have? Okay, empty space. The outline in the dust. Ship logs, no doubt. They contain the whale and seal hunting expeditions. Yep. The outline in the dust on one of the shelves looks like if something had been recently moved. It is larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps. Okay. What's in here?
Harpoons for hunting whales.
Yes. Why does he speak like that? A map. Oh, the map is interesting. Dundee. Yes, good one, Sherlock.
Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
Okay. Is that it? Is that all you have to say about that? What's this? Ah, another character. Drew this from the country, somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Laverness. Oh, okay, I can't read. Inverness, and Strathspey in Scotland. where the crested titbird can be found. She is religious and undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when she was a young woman. Cool. Don't care. Actually, I do care, because it could be important. I'm not going to take shoes because they probably stink.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Size 8. I think that's my size. I do have quite big feet. Maybe that's his footprint then outside. I don't know.
Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting.
Okay. If you insist. Mr. Sherlock. Is that it? Is there anything interesting? Table? Table is very interesting. Tobacco.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Okay, PC. Peter, whatever his name is. Peter Carey. Oh. Okay, can we open the other flap, maybe? Is there nothing? I guess not. Yeah, I think that's it for that.
Someone drank from this glass recently.
Okay, so she did say he's a bit of an alcoholic.
Rum. A sailor's drink.
It is a
It
sailor's
seemed
drink.
that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
I mean, his wife did tell us that, but I still don't trust her. So I guess let's just keep going. Let's examine his body. This is probably where we're gonna find the actual evidence. Let's examine
Peter
the
Carey
harpoon.
was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
How ironic. I expected him to say that, but he didn't. Yeah. Let's see. A notebook.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
JHN? Wait, what was his wife's name? I already forgot. Wasn't it like Judith?
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
That's his wife, right? Oh, God. Okay, can I open it?
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Okay, can you open it?
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Okay, I didn't really get the chance to look at them, but... See now.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say the same thing. That's not a joke. I was about to say the same thing. I'm not that stupid. Let's
Peter
examine the
Carey was
clothes.
fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
The wife, I'm telling you, she's dodgy. But you know what? I'm not gonna make a final assumption just yet, because could be anyone.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
He is a sailor, after all. What's B? Judith Carey says that her husband took care of the garden himself. That does not sound feasible. She might be hiding something. Yes, that is true. Notebook, a leather notebook with the initials JHN. It is stained with blood, which indicates that it was dropped into the pool, yeah? Break-in attempt, several unsuccessful. Alright, well. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's unselect that. There is a notebook, so whoever owns that own book tried to break in, maybe? An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated. Sure. Let's do that.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Immense. Jolly good, sir. Is that it? Oh. No. The ship's nameplate. I want to look at the ship's nameplate.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Yes. Did I miss something on the table? No, I didn't. So, is there something still that I missed on this? Ah.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
What the hell is this? What is... Okay, I am a bit confused over what I'm supposed to be doing. Yo, what does this mean? It's gonna, trying to figure what this is. So you can move this up and down. You can move this left and right, but, you know, up to a point. So what happens after? Oh, you can rotate it. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I still don't know what any of this is. Oh my god, I did it. I
This
actually
is
did
horse
it.
tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
That took me so long. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to cut that out. That was so long. Alright, so, an outline in the dust. We read that one. He has size 8 boots. A tobacco pouch made from seal skin, which was on the table inside Peter's cabin. The initials PC have been crudely burned into a sailor's one. And then here we've completed a bunch of stuff. Now we have to organize an ambush with Lestrade. I'm gonna end this first episode here because I feel like we've done quite a bit. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will enjoy this series because I do love detective games very much. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a like. And yeah, goodbye.